What up, everybody, and welcome back into the Sackcess podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony Rivardo, with my guy, Lucci, Stanley McClover. He's got the neon lights behind him. That's how
I
you know
don't
we're
know how I
hosting Week
did that, but
13.
it's lit.
Got the Week 13 Sackmasters this week on the Sackcess podcast, going over the underdog, the successful player of the week. Lucci, we had another great week. I mean, we had 10 guys hit 2 sacks. We always say it's hard to get one. It's even harder to get 2. And then you got 10 guys this week getting 2 sacks. Really good week for the edge
Wow.
rushers in the NFL.
Man, shouts out to Anthony, man. It's always great to see you on a Wednesday. Like I always tell y'all, we come out when the NFL come out with the sack leaders, we come out with a successful podcast for y'all to tune into. So it's great being with you, Anthony, man, and it's been a great week. I love watching sacks. I don't care who get them. I just love to watch them, man. It's a very, very, very exciting thing. And it's been a great week. Like my man say, we got so many people that they doubled up this week. And that just goes to shots out to all the edge rushers this week, man. Y'all, all the guys that got 2 sacks this week, man. Man, that was impressive. We ain't seen that in a while.
Straight up. I mean, it's been a good year for a lot of these pass rushers. And even you go down the list, down to some of the guys who only had 1 sack, like Leonard Williams is doing his thing, Sheldon Rankins and Leonard Floyd. Joey Bosa had 1. But going into these
A
guys who
nice
did
one
double
too.
up, yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been a good year for pass rushers. But we'll start out with number 10 on the list, Joseph Asai with the Cincinnati Bengals now. He had 2 sacks. He had 4 combined tackles, 18 yards lost on those 2 sacks. It was against the Ravens, too. We always say Lamar Jackson, not easy to bring him down.
Not
But
easy,
bring down
man. Anytime, yeah, man. Great point, Anthony. Anytime you can bring down Lamar Jackson, bro, one time, that's something that you can put up in your man cave when you get a little older and you start playing football. You can put a picture of you sacking Lamar Jackson. That's how big that is. That's the Tom Brady of our generation of these young guys that's playing right now. That's their Tom Brady. So when you get him on the ground, man, that's super impressive, guys. Shouts out to him, man.
yes,
Successful.
sir, for sure. And then we'll go over to an OG. He's been on here before, too. Jadeveon Clowney. He got 2 sacks this past week on the
Shouts
Thanksgiving
out. That's
versus
my
Patrick
boy.
Mahomes. Yeah, Mahomes is another one that's tough to bring down. Another one of the GOAT status quarterbacks in the league, but he sacked him
Mm-hmm.
twice. It's pretty good.
And I was actually watching that game, man. Javon played his butt off, man. Jadeveon, I'm sorry, he played his butt off, hustling, playing the run very well. Even his second sack was all pure hustle and effort. And a lot of times in the NFL, that's how you're gonna get sacks. Sacks are hard to get. They're not. These guys make it look easy, but ain't nothing about it easy. It's nothing about it easy. So just like getting a pick, it's not easy. You know, a DB just can't wake up and say I'm picking the ball off today. Just like a DN can't just wake up and say, I'm gonna get me a sack today. It don't work like that. So you gotta work your ass off. Sometimes you gotta get it through effort. So shouts out to just Davion for being successful. That's my boy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's been on it a couple times, and I
Mm-hmm.
think I love that you brought up that he's so good against the run too, because obviously we're talking about sacks on the show, but he needs his flowers for his run defense because he's
For
always
sure.
been such a stout run defender, and not enough people talk about that because especially early in his career when he was with Houston, and maybe he wasn't getting a lot of sacks, but he was making an impact every game because he was maybe the best run stopping edge rusher in the league. I mean, he was
Yes,
so
sir.
good at setting
Yes,
that
sir.
edge. So big shout
Very
out to
aggressive,
Clowney.
man. Very aggressive nature. Very big. They don't talk about his size, man. Jadavion is huge, and he's quick. Everybody remember that hit on Michigan. He's been known for his aggressiveness. So, shouts out to you, bro.
Yeah,
OG, another OG.
that's right. And then Dallas Turner going on the opposite end of the spectrum, not an OG, but a second year player with the Minnesota Vikings. He picked up 2 sacks this week against the Seattle Seahawks.
Wow, that's big. Dallas is very good, man. Florida boy, guy that I know from back in the day. He's young, but he's from Florida, so I keep an eye on anything coming out of Florida. I make sure I watch, man. He's one of the young greats. He's gonna be good when he gets older. Just they get better with time at this position. Take a little minute. Everybody just don't come in like Julius Peppers or Mario Williams, and these guys are physical specimens. Some of these guys got to figure it out, and once they figure out their niche, look at Nick Benito. Once you figure out your niche,
Right.
you rolling. You know.
That's a great point, and I think that's a really good comparison because Bonito is now a star, like an absolute superstar pass rusher. But when he was
Mm-hmm.
drafted, it took him a little while to come on and start to really
Mm-hmm.
pick up all those sacks. Now it's double digits. Dallas Turner, same thing. He only had 3 last year as a rookie, but now he's up to 5.5 this
Mm-hmm.
year, and there's still some weeks left to play, and who knows what he's going to do in year 3. So definitely one of those rising stars at the pass
For
rush
sure.
position. I really like Dallas Turner.
Me too, bro. Me too.
The next guy on our list, apologies if we butcher this name, but it's Tuli Pelotu. I love watching the Chargers play. I love that defense. I think the defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter, is a rising star coach in this league. Obviously, he's playing opposite Khalil Mack. That helps.
Mm-hmm.
But
Helps a
I
lot.
think that Tuli is one of those guys that just not enough people talk about. He's
Yeah,
young, he's exciting, and he gets sacks, man. If you want to talk
he
about guys who
do.
get sacks, he gets sacks. He's double digits now on the year with the 2 sacks that
Wow.
he had. So it was really impressive stuff
Wow.
there.
And he's a dog, another aggressive player. If you catch us on this show, we're gonna speak on aggressive or not a lot, aggressive nature. As an edge rusher, you have to have that. I mean, a lot of these guys you have to go through them to get to the quarterback, not around them. So I call him 4-5. You know, I mean, when you give guys nicknames, they raw. You know, and he's raw.
Mm.
4-5 gonna get some pressure on that quarterback, and he's gonna get a tackle for a loss every game. Period, bro. He's a dog. He matches he matches your boy on the other side very well. Um, Give me his name, brother.
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack. He matches him extremely well because they both play with power. They both collapse the pocket,
Yeah.
and it's just like twins over there. So I like what they got going on. But 4-5 gonna bring it every time they play. I mean, here he went crazy on the Giants, so
Mm.
he's a bad boy. He can
Yeah,
turn
for
up any
sure.
moment and be a 2-3 sack guy every week. That's just how he rushes the quarterback. He's very physical and quick.
It's true. And it's right in the same line we were talking about with Dallas and we were talking about with Benito. 4.5 sacks as a rookie in 23, had 8.5 last year. Now he crossed that double digit threshold. So just getting better every single year. And that's what
Going
you want
up.
to see from those young guys. Yep.
Yes,
That
sir.
linear progression. That's great.
That's what you want. That's what you want. Just like you say, Anthony, you want to see that progression year in and year out because every man knows that. I mean, every coach knows that if you can apply pressure on that quarterback with 4, you got a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
And it start with the edge.
And the Chargers defense, that's a good defense, man. They're
Oh yeah,
fun to watch. The way they all rally to the ball, I really like the Chargers, man. They're a fun
love how
team to
they
watch.
use
Even on
Duran
offense,
too, man.
bro.
They use Duran James very well. I love me a blitz and safety.
Oh, yeah.
Like we talk about on this show a lot. The blitz and safeties are just another edge rusher, if you ask me. And
Yeah.
if you send them the right way, they can be very effective in the game. So shouts out to
Yeah.
Chargers and how they're using Derrick James over there as well.
Yeah. Derwin's like Weapon X. Just put him
Mm-hmm.
anywhere and he's going to make a play. So
Facts.
fun team to watch. Now, moving up next on the list, Josh Hines Allen. This guy out of Kentucky, let me tell you, when he was coming out of Kentucky and he was in the first round of that draft, I'm a big Giants fan, man. I really wanted the Giants to draft Josh Allen. They took Daniel Jones instead.
They
Different
did.
story was written, but man, that was like the one that got away from me, bro, because I loved the way that he played at Kentucky, just the
Mm-hmm.
power that he played with and the relentlessness that he played with. And he's never lost that. He's always had that power and that relentless motor. So big shout out to him for 2 sacks this past week versus Tennessee. He's a damn good player.
Great point, Anthony. Great point about Josh. I remember him coming out with my brother Spider. He's a great athlete, man. He's always done it the right way. I mean, he dominated at Kentucky. He dominated, and it was just for a short time, and he just dominated so good. You know, he stayed his whole time, but when he was generating, he was generating it. And when he came in the NFL, he's been quietly because Jacksonville has a small market. He's been quietly putting together like, bro, year after year after year. I think he's another guy that's over eight and a half. I mean, over 8+ sacks a year or 7+ sacks a year every year he's been in the NFL. He's never had a single digit. I mean, a bad sack year. So I
Yeah.
really like Josh Allen over there. He's over there grinding. I think he's the only DN with a quarterback that shares the same name. So it's just very unique.
It is very unique.
It's very unique. So Josh Hines Allen, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, but he's dope, man. He's a dope guy. He works hard, very aggressive. He has a nice body frame to play the edge spot and linebacker. So he can fit right in that middle, and he can be very effective.
Yep. And he always is. You're right. When you're looking at his stats, I mean, he started off his career with 10.5. He was hurt in his second year, so only had 2.5 and only played in 8 games. But then it's been
Mm-hmm.
7.5, 7, 17.5, 8. And now he's got 6 this year. He'll finish with 7 plus, that's
Wow.
for sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
impressive player there.
he's been doing his thing, bro. Salutes out to Josh Allen, man.
Hmm. Consistent. And so
Yes,
is
sir.
Max Crosby. That's the next guy that we're going to talk about. Whenever we talk about motor,
You got to
it's Max
bark when the
Crosby,
dogs
bro.
come in. Yeah,
Max looks like
man.
he's going to get double digits again. He's already got 8 on the season, so he's creeping up on 10. That would be the 4th time in his career that he'll get to double digits. I mean,
Wow.
bro, what can we say about Max Crosby that hasn't been said? Because every year, the way that he plays against the run, constantly harassing quarterbacks, even if he's not getting all the sacks. Like last year at 7.5, he was hurt a little bit, so he didn't play in all the games. But if he's not getting the sacks, he's still making the quarterbacks feel his
Mm-hmm.
presence. He's still hitting them, and he is knocking them down and making them have to roll the other way. He's just one of those players who an offense has to change their whole scheme around.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. And what can we say? I mean, Max is Max Crosby. Everybody knows he's a superstar. And I think one thing that I want our fans that watch this show to pay attention to, that his football IQ is very high, and I don't think a lot of people talk about that. But against the run, he knows when certain plays is coming, and he's very quick. So he knows how to make the play before the play even gets to formulate. He's already in the backfield tackling the hell out of your running back because he's watching film. He's definitely, I can tell he's the student of the game. So that's what I can say about Max Crosby that they're not hearing a lot, that I don't hear a lot about, is his IQ for the game. He's very smart. He plays the run so well because he understands what plays come. His pre-snap read is crazy. I love it. He always know the best time to jump a gap. He knows the best time to get a great get off. He's dialed in very much. Whether the clock says they're winning or they're losing, he's going to play the same way from first quarter to the first quarter to the fourth quarter. He's going to give all he got, and that's what people love about Max Crosby, the
Mm-hmm.
relentlessness, that how he just continue to go, and it don't matter what the score says, and that's what I like about him. He's a complete dog, and he's gifted with the talent to go out there and make plays like he makes on every Sunday. You can count on him to consistently go out there and make big boy dominating plays. You can count on that.
For sure. It always can count on Max Crosby to go out there and wreak havoc. I mean, whether
Mm-hmm.
he's just soaking in double teams, he's taking a running back out of the equation because they got to chip him all game long or a tight ends, whatever. You just have to account for him at all times, and he
Yes,
will
sir.
make you pay if you don't account for him. So,
Yes,
just an
sir.
absolute legend. I love Max Crosby. He's one of my favorite pass rushers to watch. But we got our underdog of the week coming up next, and that's going to be Clelin Ferrell, now with the San Francisco 49ers. He's been around the league a little bit, former first
Mm-hmm.
round pick with the Raiders. Didn't keep his home with the Raiders, went over to, I think, Washington after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he's with the Chargers earlier this year. But now with San Fran, they had some injuries on the edge, and Ferrell's stepping in and stepping up. He had 2 sacks this week.
And man, Cleveland Ferrell is another one of my guys I knew coming out with Spider-Man. Great kid, very great kid. And one thing I want to say about him on as that his hunger to be great is very amazing to me. His work ethic, he's always wanted to be where he's at right now. And I respect that about him. I mean, there was a lot of chat out there maybe about him being a bust and all of that foolishness. But at the end of the day, he kept plucking. He kept plucking. He went from teams. He went for a couple of teams, and he found his home in San Fran, man. And now you starting to see why they took a chance on him in the first round, because he does have talent and he does get to the ball to the quarterback a lot. And sometimes it just takes guys different situations and different schemes to actually play at the top of their ability. And sometimes you got to travel. Sometimes you got to travel and get in that right fit. It's just like a regular human being looking for somewhere to live in this world. Sometimes you might be over here one year and over there one year, but wait, when you get out there in LA, you found your home. It be like that too with football. So, man, I'm very happy to see Cleveland out there balling. And I'm seeing them get 2 sacks prime time. I was happy to see that, man. I like the little fisherman. I like the little celebration he do, man. That's dope, man. Can keep balling, keep being successful, Cleveland.
That gives him 4
Underdog.
sacks. Underdog of the week. That gives him 4 sacks in 4 games with San Francisco.
Dope,
So that
dope.
shows you he's reaching his potential and he's playing
Yes,
with a
sir.
chip on his shoulder. And I think, San Francisco, there was a lot of conversation about them around the trade deadline, even. Were they going to make a trade? Were they going to bring in a pass rusher, kind of offset the loss of Nick Bosa? Obviously, he's done for the year. Instead,
Mm-hmm.
Clelin Ferrell, that's who they bring in. They don't make some big splashy trade and go,
Mm-hmm.
send a second round pick or something for somebody. Instead, Clelin Ferrell just steps up and they're good with that. And he's been really good for them. So, and he led all the pass rushers this week with the most sack yards at 24
Wow.
yards that he sacked the quarterback with. So that's really good stuff.
And what they don't know is in the NFL they do keep a record of how many yards just the quarterback is sacked by these guys, and they total it up at the end of the year. So that's something that to keep an eye on, guys, when y'all watching these sacks and keeping up with everything. Those sack yardage is big too, because you can put somebody out of field goal range
Yeah,
immediately with the right sack. So good point on that, Anthony.
for sure. And our next guy on the list, he's been on the list before, Josh Sweat. I think he was our underdog of the week a few weeks ago. He's
Mm-hmm.
with Arizona now. Another player moved teams, but is finding some really good success now with the Cardinals. So Josh Sweat had 2 sacks this week.
Like I told y'all on the episode that he made it on, man. Josh Sweat is a hell of a DN. He don't get talked about a lot because he's quiet. He don't have no off the field issues, none of that. He bring his lunch and he go to work every time. And he's been that good since Florida State. He's always been good. And he's always battled through injuries, battled through he's persevered through a lot. And to be putting up these kind of numbers, man, it's just amazing, man, to see what he's doing, man. Josh Sweat, man, I got a lot of respect for you over here on this channel, man. We love what you're doing. Keep rushing that quarterback like you're rushing and getting there and doing and you know what I'm saying, wiping the sweat off your forehead because you're doing your thing, bro. You're doing your thing. You keep rushing that passer, man. Keep being successful. Yes, sir. That's my boy. I like Josh Sweat as well.
Yeah, he's a favorite here on the Sackcess
Yes,
podcast.
sir.
And
Yes, sir.
also, what you're so good at, Lucci, is pointing out the best celebrations because the
Yeah.
celebrations are great, man. You got to get
I
the
love
pass
I
rushers
love
with
it,
good
bro. I really
celebrations.
love watching these boys do their thing, man. Like I said, I'm a former DN myself, so I wait. I wait after you get your sack. I want to see what you make it of. I
Yeah,
want to see what you got for me. You work so hard to get there. Please
that
don't
was
get there and just run back to the huddle. I don't want to see that, bro. You got to show me what's your signature move. And
that's right.
I like that. I mean your last name Sweat. And come on, bro.
That was good.
It's dope. It's dope. So they got some ones out here, man, that they got some great celebrations, and that's what us fans. When you get that sack, we waiting. We
Hmm.
need that. We energized. So I love it, man. Ain't nothing like watching the sacks. Ain't nothing like it.
True that. It's a good one. It's not as good as Spider, but well, we might have a little bias on that one. But
Yeah, right.
we'll move
But
on
he's
to
definitely in
the
that
next
top
guy.
five.
Oh, for sure. We'll move on to the next guy on the list. Another OG, Cameron Jordan. New Orleans Saints had 2 sacks this week. Man,
Whoa,
he's been
big
doing it
OG.
forever. I made a mistake like a year ago. Somebody was talking to me about Cameron Jordan, and I thought he retired, and he's just been in the league for so long. And then I realized, oh
Yeah.
no, he's still playing and he's still balling. I had to go back and
Mm-hmm.
check. I was like, wow, man, like he is just ageless wonder right there. Cameron
Yeah.
Jordan's been doing it for a long time for the Saints.
Another OG. Whenever you make it to this channel and you've been playing for as long as these guys have been playing, man. You got to get the OG tag. And a Cam, man, he's always balling, man. He made Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl. They're gonna put a statue in front of the stadium for him, man. He's
Yeah.
that guy. He's their DN. I mean, he's been everything for New Orleans, and he has a great mixture of size, power, and speed that you really can't find everywhere. It's not common to see a guy that big moving how he moves, and I love it, man. I love his personality more than I love anything. He's a great guy. He's a great guy outside of being a hell of an athlete. He is a great guy. He give guys their flowers around the league at the edge position. So I respect that. And the football guys always show him love. It's a blessing. I always say my career ended at 24 years old with a lateral meniscus tear. I always say every year that you're granted to play this game, it's a blessing from God. So these guys that get these long careers, they're doing good things in these years. Trust me. And that's one of the guys that does a lot of great things in the community, around the league, as a big guy, as a big bruh to the younger ends. And just having somebody like that in the NFL family is a great thing. And to have him on this goddamn show, and he's been in the league this long, and he's still putting up 2 sacks in a game, man, it's amazing. So shouts out to you, Cam.
36 years old, 14 years in the league. I
Wow,
mean, that's
wow,
just
bro, that's
incredible.
amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that really is.
That's something that is we don't talk about much. A lot of people don't talk about it much. But if you can have 14 years in the National Football League, bro, that's like 5 player lives. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? The average year is about 3 years, bro. To be honest with you, it's 2.5, 3 years, and it's over for the average guy. Not the guys that y'all hear about all the time. The average guy, they coming
mm.
in and out. And so to be able to get 14 years, man, that's amazing, bro. I mean, it's amazing, bro. That's all I can
All with
say
one
about that.
team too. That
With
that that
one
makes it even
team,
more
bro.
special. One team, just been in New Orleans for 14 years.
Wow,
That's
bro.
actually remarkable. It's so rare
It's
that you
actually
see that.
remarkable, bro. Because think
It's
about
very
it.
rare that
Even
you see
Julius
that.
Peppers had to leave Carolina and go to
Yeah,
Charlotte. I mean, go to Chicago and Green Bay. I mean, very rarely you get to stay home, bro. Think
yeah.
about that, Anthony. Like, how many guys actually got to stay where they was drafted at and become a superstar and still stay?
It's rare. It's
You know
very
what it
rare.
speaks to? Character. What we
Mm,
always talk about on and off the camera. It speaks to character. And that's what a
yep.
lot of people want to gloss over in the NFL. But me being a player and you knowing so much about football, you knowing that the character is right up there with the athletic ability. Because you can be good as you want, but if you're an asshole, you know that it's not gonna even out, bro. It's not gonna
Right.
even out, and the football God's not gonna bless you. So I love Cam and the role model that he is, and he gets all the love on this show for sure.
That's for sure. Agreed. And we'll round out the list with our successful player of the week, somebody who's on it almost every week, and that's Micah Parsons, having a hell of a year over in Green
Yes,
Bay. He had two
sir.
and a half sacks, so he led all pass rushers with 2.5 sacks this week.
Wow.
He's been doing it, man. This year, like you said before we went live, he just looks more technical. He's got more of a
Yeah.
plan. He's not really just winning with just that pure relentless rush anymore and that athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the league several years now, and he's starting to refine his
Yeah.
game, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really showing off, and it's helping him get more sacks. So it's pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah, man, and that's just my opinion. You know, just me watching the game so hard and watching this edge position so hard. You know, a guy like Michael, he got so much raw ability. I mean, the guy played running back, and like I say, he's very, very strong in the lower body. He's very blessed to be as strong as he is and fast as he is, and I mean, this guy is just a physical specimen. So a lot of times you don't have to rely on technique. You can just rely on raw ability and beat somebody just by just running past them. But as you go on, these linemen get paid a lot of money as well. These offensive coordinators get paid a lot of money as well. They start scouting you and start understanding how you play the game. And then for a minute, I thought that the lineman was starting to understand Michael Parsons, and until he started developing some more moves, technique wise, he'll be more effective. And this year, I just see he's added moves to his toolbox, and he's not just rushing anymore. He has a plan. You know, he knows what he want to do when he gets to that lineman, and then once he
Mhm.
beats that lineman, his explosiveness to the quarterback is his where he shines at. That's where God blessed him to be able to get to that quarterback. You don't have no choice when Michael gets on you. You gonna get sacked, bro. It's not no running away or throwing the ball out. He's pretty much gonna sack you. You know, he's just
Yep.
that quick. So respect to Michael for just elevating his game. I know he still has a chip on his shoulder being in Dallas. I understand that. I've been part of having to be on one team and then going to another team. That's not a good feeling. And you had that chip on your shoulder. And you kind of want to show them this is what you effed up. You effed up and you missed out on this right here. This is what I could have been for you. So Man, shouts out to Michael Parsons for being our successful player of the week with 2.5. And we always say it's hard to get one, even harder to get two. And boy, if you get 2.5, you're balling. So
That's
good
right.
job, Michael.
He's amazing to me because when you look at his yearly production, we were talking earlier about like Josh Allen, to credit him, 7 per year is incredible. He's never had less than 7. Micah's never had less than 12. Like what?
First one in
That
history,
guy is
bro.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, he
First
started
one in
13,
history.
13 and a half, 14, 12, and 12 and a half. I mean,
Historic
yeah,
run. And me just
absolutely.
being around so long and knowing how hard it is to get a sack. And he's averaging 13, 14 a year is unheard of.
It is.
Unheard of. And these
Yeah.
guys are the new pass rushers. This is the new era of pass rushing where these guys could be walking 20 sack guys. They can
Hmm.
just be getting 20 to 30 sacks. It's coming. It's coming, bro.
Yep.
When you got guys like Michael Parsons that's doing what he's doing, 30 sacks ain't far fetched. You know, if you
Yeah.
think about it, you look at Myles Garrett, he got 25 wrote on his wrist.
Hmm.
And
But
he
he
got
he
19 right
too.
now. So
Mhm.
it can happen. It's not impossible.
Yeah. As the game keeps changing. But you know what? And that's a testament to Parsons. You don't get 5 straight seasons with 12 plus sacks by just being an athlete. You got to adapt, you got to evolve, and you got to grow your skill set. And that's what he's done. And now
Every year.
every year, he's a better version of himself compared to
Yes,
what he
sir.
was the year prior. And that's what's so
Great point.
special, I think, about Micah Parsons. And he's
Great point, Anthony.
one of my favorite players to watch in this league. So another great week with a lot of sacks this week, Lucci. A lot of guys who had doubled up this week, and I'm
Yes,
excited for
sir.
next week, man. It's been a good season for these pass rushers.
Yes, sir. Very exciting, man. It's heating up. We're getting close to playoff time. So now you're seeing the true passion and fight come out of a lot of these guys. They landing on the line trying to get their team into the playoffs. So it's just very exciting, man. And then it just gets better and better and better until we get to the Super Bowl. And then we doing the successful on the Super Bowl. It's like, wow, who gonna get a sack at the Super Bowl? So it's just a
That'll be
beautiful
fun
thing, bro. I'm
for
loving it. I'm
sure.
loving it.
Me too, man. I can't wait, especially that playoff run. That's going to be fun because pass
Yeah.
rushers, they can change the game in those
Change the
playoff games.
game,
That's
baby.
for sure.
Yes,
So
sir.
another great episode with you, my man. Appreciate you. Where can the
Hmm.
people find you?
Man, y'all follow me at Instagram, s.mcclover. We doing things in the community. We doing all kind of things, man. Just keep up with me on the updates. Just make sure you follow me and see what I got going on. Me and Anthony got plenty of things going on that we're gonna keep you guys in the loop about. But yeah, that's where you can find me. That's where I'm most active at. IG s.mcclover. Successful. I'm sorry. Successful. Edit
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir. And go follow the Sackcessful Podcast at
Yes,
Sackcess
sir.
Podcast on Instagram too. So we'll be posting plenty of clips and plenty of breakdowns soon. We got a lot of fun content planned that we're going to start getting the ball rolling on in the coming weeks as we lead into an off season. We'll have to get creative and find some sacks to talk about in the off season, but it's going to be fun and I can't wait for it. And I couldn't ask for a better co-host to be doing it with. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. We'll catch you all in the next one.
Peace.